Awesome. We are live here on the Country Moose Facebook page as well as at 939kia.com and on our YouTube channel for another edition of Country Moose Quarantunes. Jesse here with you. And joining us for tonight's Country Moose Quarantunes is singer-songwriter, country artist Kylie Trout. Kylie, how are you tonight?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
Hey, I am fantastic. Thank you for joining us here tonight for another Quarantunes. We haven't done one of these in a couple of weeks. We started to space a lot of these out, so it's fun to get back to doing this and having you on with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So we were chatting a little bit off air, and you are in Southern California right now. So here in Iowa, it's hot and muggy and humid, and it has been for a couple of days. How are things out your way?
It's kind of, the weather's been, regular Southern California hot.
So we're getting a taste of the Southern California weather, I think, right now. It's hot and dry and humid, and I would rather be in an igloo at this point. So
yeah, I agree. I gotta agree with you.
But that's me. I like colder weather. Like you give me 70, 75, I'm set. That's about as warm as I like.
I know. I usually do like lives and everything out on my garage, but today I was like, can't do that. Too hot. So we're sitting in here with the fan on.
Hey, I got my fan on too, so I don't do one bit. Well, enough about the weather. We could do tons of different icebreakers, but what's the fun in that? Let's dive into you and your music. Tell us just a little bit in general about how you got started, Kylie.
Yeah, so I've been singing my whole life. My family and everybody, they all played sports, baseball, softball. That was like their thing. So they thought that, I was going to do that, but I was like, no, I don't run. I hate running. So I took up music and it's just always been my thing. But I used to be really shy. Like I couldn't talk to anybody. And I remember I told my grandma and my dad, I was like, I really want to do voice lessons. And they're like, are you sure you can do that? And I was like, yeah, like it'll be fine. So I go to this voice lesson and it was like a group lesson. So there was like 3 or 4 other like little girls there with me. And the teacher, she made me do the scale by myself in front of everybody and their parents. And I froze up. I looked at my grandma, started crying, and I ran out of that room. I was like, nope.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was bad. So then, like a year probably later, there was a talent show at my school. I was in 4th grade, and I was like, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try out for the talent show. So they're all like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, like I got my sister with me this time. Like it'll be fine. So I sang We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift. And we had like our dance choreography and everything. And then I got on that stage and I just didn't want to get off. And that's when I knew music was what I wanted to do. So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's a great story. You would think, after the first time you might be freaked out, but I'm glad you stuck with it for sure.
Yeah, me too. I can't see myself doing anything else now. So
that's
4th
awesome.
grade talent show, man.
There you go. Kylie Trout is our guest tonight here on Country Moose Quarantunes. Why don't you go ahead and start us off and sing one?
Yeah, so I'm going to play first my latest song I just released a couple weeks ago. This one is called Good Time.
All right, here it is. Kylie Trout live on the Country Moose Facebook page.
Packing up, we're heading out all day long till the sun goes down, 'cause there's a party on the coast side. So pull up and bring all the guys. Bikini tops and cut-off jeans. Take a sip of our remedy. We'll get you singing all night long. The Southern California drought. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bring the drinks and the good vibes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 'Cause it's going up tonight. Yeah. We're just having a good time. Old wine, pop off the top of that moonlight shine. Take a hit and jump in and holler at your girl if you need a helping hand. Get down to the sound of the waves crashing, music up loud. West Coast in our soul, yeah, that's how Cali country rolls. Laying down on the sand, sun shining bright, so we throw on our Ray-Bans. Yeah, it's getting hot, but later on it'll cool off, and we'll be round the bonfire, pulling all-nighters all summer long, shooting fireworks out from the back of a tailgate. And that's our way of having a good time. Unwind, pop off the top of that moonlight shine. Take a hit and jump in and holler at your girl if you need a helping hand. Get down to the sound of the waves crashing, music up loud. West Coast is in our soul, yeah, that's how Cali country rolls. Everywhere that you go, you see somebody you know. Your finger out the window, it's just how we say hello. From the riverside to the ocean side, we bow our heads to pray. And we thank the Lord for our lives, we wouldn't have it any other way. No. Just having a good time, unwind, pop off the top of that moonlight shine. Take a hit and jump in and holler at your girl if you need a helping hand. Get down to the sound of the waves crashing, music up loud. West Coast is in our soul, yeah, that's how Cali country rolls. Yeah, that's how Cali country rolls. Yeah. That one was called Good Time, and that is my latest song. Y'all can go listen to.
Awesome. Great stuff. Kylie Trout, our guest here tonight on Country Moose Quarantunes. Tell us backstory on that song, if you can, a little bit.
Yeah, so with this one, I actually wrote this sometime last year, I believe. I recorded it last year, but I just released it this past year. But this one, you know, when people think of California, I feel like they don't usually think of like country music. So, but that's not the case. You know, I grew up in like, my town's like a smaller town, and everybody here, all my friends, we all listen to country. So, and I grew up with my grandparents, and they introduced me to country when I was little. So country's always been my thing, and I want to bring out that California country more, that Cali country, and what we do to have fun out here. So yeah, that's basically what this one's about. And I thought it was a good time to release it right now with everything going on in the world. Just take a step back and think about all the good times that we've had and all the good times we have to look forward to. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, you mentioned the term Cali country, and I know obviously from California, you got the Bakersfield sound, you got a lot of great artists who come out of California. So tell us kind of like what defines your Cali country sound?
Yeah, with Cali country, whenever I think of it, I just think it's like a lot of other influences into country, kind of like, I wouldn't say, I mean, it's a little like, you know, pop country.
Yep.
It's just something, I feel like it's just chill, if that makes sense.
Like a surfer, you just go out there on the waves, just chilling, just hanging out, you know? Yeah, that kind of thing. I like that. That's a good definition. And I know you're relatively young, but you've had quite a bit of success already with support from like Radio Disney, and you've had some impressive streaming numbers and everything else. And now you're kind of bringing your music to country radio here nationwide. Just talk about how your career has kind of evolved so far and just some of those milestones that you've hit already.
Yeah, so I released my first push to radio in February. It was called You and I. It's still doing great. All the support from that song has been so awesome. Recorded a music video for that. And that was also my first like music video that I did. So that was really cool. And then the Radio Disney thing you mentioned, that was also really cool because my manager had been talking to me about it. But it was never like set in stone. And then I was actually in Nashville on my birthday at CRS, and I got to announce it like I think it was the day after my birthday, but I found out on my birthday that I got accepted. So that was really, really cool for me. Just all the support from radio and like doing these things with you and everybody. It's been awesome. Everybody's so nice and welcoming, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Logan chimed in. He's got a definition of Cali country. Maybe this will go with everything too. He says To me, Cali country is like Beach Boys meets Dwight Yoakam
I love that.
with a twist of pop, he said.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool.
So I would definitely agree with that. I like that.
Yeah.
We'll go with all of that. Everything we said. Yeah, all of it thrown together. Kylie, you got another song you want to play for us? We'll keep the tunes going.
Yeah, for sure. I will play You and I.
All right, since we were talking about it.
Yeah, since I'm talking about it.
And by the way, before you get into this, you mentioned this was your first music video. What was that experience like?
That was really fun. That was actually for the cover of the song. It's with one of my friends. His car. He has a Firebird, and so I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, since I use your car for the cover, would you be down to have it in the music video? And I need a fake boyfriend. You want to be my fake boyfriend?" And he was like, "Yeah, for sure, I'm down." So that was really fun. And the videographer, his name is Steven Campos. He's awesome. He's hilarious. So it was a great experience. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, and people can go check that, I'm sure, on YouTube and everything and on your website. And they can hear this song. It's a new single at Country Radio right now. Why don't you go and play it for us?
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
I just wanna get lost, leave this town, take the next left, don't turn around. Keep on going, don't look back. Only stopping to fill up the gas. And I was thinking maybe you could help me try. Meet me down the street on Friday night. Flip on all our friends, boy, I think it's fine. Spinning me in circles in my headlights. Don't tell no one else. It's between you and I. I just wanna stay out all night long. Tailgate down, crickets singing their song. Hold each other till the break of dawn. Get off the couch, it's late right now. I was thinking maybe you could help me try. Meet me down the street on Friday night. Flip on all our friends, boy, I think it's fine. Spinning me in circles in my headlights. Don't tell no one else, it's between you and I. Ain't gonna tell a single soul, cruising up and down these gravel roads. Your secret's safe with me, you know. Don't hold it back, no. Baby, let's just go. Cause I was thinking maybe you could help me try. Meet me down the street on Friday night. Dip on all our friends, boy, I think it's fine. Spinning me in circles in my headlights. Oh, I was thinking maybe you could help me try. Meet me down the street on Friday night. Dip on all our friends, boy, I think it's fine. Spinning me in circles in my headlights. Don't tell no one else, it's between you and I. Just you and I.
Awesome. Kylie Trout with her new single, You and I. Sounds great. And the recorded version, I've heard that too plenty of times. It really sounds good, Kylie.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Definitely. Kylie Trout, our guest. If you have questions you want to ask Kylie, feel free to drop them in the Facebook comments or the YouTube comments as well, and we will definitely get those on the screen. Kylie, you mentioned, of course, all the different like California influences, and we talked about like your grandparents and whatnot growing up. What are some other like artists who've influenced you in your sound as you started to kind of grow your career?
Yeah, so since I was little, Carrie Underwood has always been my number one idol. I think a lot of people can say that. She's just she's amazing. And Kelly Pickler was also a huge influence for me when I was little. because we have this like very similar backstories. Her mom wasn't in her life. My biological mom wasn't in my life. She was abusive, and Kelly Pickler had a song out called "I Wonder," and it was about her mom and saying like, "I wonder, like if you think about me," and you know, all that stuff what that went on in her life that really hurt her, and I felt that. So that really, you know, from a young age, I had to mature very fast. Because that's hard to grow up without your mom in that kind of situation. Haven't seen her since I was 4. So Kelly Pickler stuff just like showed me how other people have the same feelings that I do, and that I wasn't alone in my situation. So that really brought me to songwriting, and just racked up my love for music, I guess you could say.
Awesome. Now, talking about songwriting, let's switch over and talk about that a little bit. I know every artist is a little bit different in how they write songs. Some people that they love to work with co-writers. Some write on their own. Some, they get a line, an idea for a hook or a melody. I mean, I know it's all over the board, but for you, what are some of the big like things that go into your songwriting?
Yeah, with me, like you said, I feel like it's just always different. But personally, I like writing about personal experiences better than just, you know, coming up like some people say they get ideas from watching a movie or reading a book. But I like mine from personal experiences the most. And sometimes, you know, I'll sit down with a co-writer and they'll drop an idea and I'm like, yeah, that's a cool idea. Like, let's go with that. But most of the time it's all from personal experience. Yeah.
Sure. And that's awesome. And you know, co-writing and everything too, and not a lot of people realize this, is that in co-writing, there's so many different co-writers out there, different combinations. You sit down with a new one, it's like a blind date sometimes.
Right.
You don't know how it's going to go. You're like, but then, you know, sometimes, like you said, if somebody drops an idea and everyone gets on the vibe, that's when magic happens.
For sure. Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that. Like people that aren't in the music industry, like I feel like they don't even think about when you sit down with a new writer. Like that's the most like, I don't know. You got to have a good icebreaker with that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and too, though, sitting down just by yourself and getting an idea from personal experience or whatnot, sometimes that yields some great songs as well.
Yeah, most of the time I'll do that. I'll come up with an idea myself, and then I'll take it to somebody that I'm writing with, and they add their magic, I'll add mine, and
sprinkle a little fairy dust on it, and boom, you get a song.
Yeah.
Kylie Trout, our guest tonight here on Country Moose Quarantunes. Kylie, do you got another song you want to do for us?
Yeah, so speaking of my backstory situation with my mother, I wrote this song heavily influenced by that Kelly Pickler song. And it's just about how everything made me feel when I was little. It's kind of like a letter to her, knowing that, you know, it hurt me, but it didn't break me. And I came out stronger at the end. So this one is called Can't Remember Growing Up.
All right, here it is, Kylie Trout.
I never really had the chance to ever just be a kid. A 4-year-old with an older soul, but it wasn't her fault she did. And Mama can't even explain to you how much you missed out on. Yeah, I checked out when you left this house and never tried to right your wrongs. Now I'm too busy picking up the pieces that you left behind. I can't let go of this feeling, even though I try, because I've cried until all of my tears ran out. And I've learned less is no little girl should ever have to worry about. I still remember blowing candles out, wishing that you were there. No birthday cards or calls ever showing me that you care. Yeah, I remember each year being rough, but Daddy taught me that big girls gotta stay tough. Yeah, I can't remember growing up. some nights I wonder if I ever crossed your mind. And there were days that I realized you ain't even worth my time. You say that it'll fade away, but time don't heal all wounds. I know the pain and it never leaves. Unlike you, because I've cried until all my tears ran out, and I've learned this is no little girl should ever have to work out. But I still remember blowing candles out, wishing that you were there. No birthday cards or calls ever showing me that you care. Yeah, I remember each year being so rough. Daddy told me that big girls gotta stay tough. Yeah, I can't remember growing up, and I should be broken from the damage you caused. Oh, but I just want to say thank you for how strong I've become. 'Cause I'm done crying. All my tears ran out. I've learned lessons that made me who I am. So I'm better off now, but I still remember blowing candles out, wishing that you were there. No birthday cards or calls ever showed me that you cared. Yeah, I remember each year being so rough. But Daddy told me that big girls gotta stay tough. Yeah, I can't remember growing up.
Great stuff. Great stuff there. And I can tell, definitely a very personal song.
Yeah, definitely the most vulnerable song I've ever written.
Sure.
Mhm.
Well, Kylie Trout, our guest tonight here on Country Moose Quarantunes, on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, and at 939KIN.com. Her current single at radio's You and I. She played that a little earlier. And you'll be able to watch this back. It'll be archived once we're done here in a few minutes. To be able to watch this back anytime. Kylie, I know you are all over social media, website, all that good stuff. Talk about where people could find you and all the different platforms they can find you on.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at the same tag at the Kylie Trout. And then you can go to my website at kylietrout.com and YouTube. Just my name, Kylie Trout. Make it easy. So yeah.
Super easy, super simple. I gotta ask. I know TikTok is like the big social media boom right now. Are you a big TikTok person?
I mean, I have a TikTok. I always forget to mention it. You can follow my TikTok too at the Kylie Trout. You know, I'm not the greatest at TikTok, but I try.
I'm not either. I feel you. I have an account, and I think I have 4 posts on it. I don't know. I don't get it. It's not my thing. I don't know.
Like some of the people on there, they're really good at it. I told myself I wasn't ever gonna get TikTok, but then I was forced to get TikTok. So I try. I don't know.
Yeah, it happens. Hey, it happens. You go with the times for sure.
Yeah.
Some of the things that people do on TikTok, though, I'm just sitting there and I'm going, why did I just watch that?
Right? No, for sure.
Oh man, Kylie, you know, we were talking about different influences and whatnot, and we got time for a couple more songs. I don't know if you want to do an original or if you got a favorite cover of like an influence you want to do, but I'll kind of open it up to you and you play whatever you want to play.
Yeah, for sure. I can play a little bit of Little Carrie.
All right.
So I'll do her. I don't know. It's not her latest song. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit of Drinking Alone.
Okay. It was just the last single is what it was. So
Yes, that's what it was.
yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, Kylie Trout.
Let me make one thing clear. You can buy me a beer, but you ain't taking me home. No pickup lines. I came here tonight to shed a few tears on my own. Oh, but standing there across the room, I couldn't help but notice you seemed a little down on your luck too. Well, my heart may be breaking, but this seat ain't taken. And you got me thinking we should be drinking alone together, drown in the pain. It's better with somebody else who got problems. We ain't gonna solve them, but misery loves company. Tonight all I need is a stranger lips with a whiskey chaser and a corner booth to make me forget that he's gone. Oh, we should be drinking alone together. We should be drinking alone. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know what she did to make you hurt like this, but I know just what to do. It starts with a bottle of good reposado and ends with a shoulder or two. Tomorrow when the sun comes up, tonight's the night that never was. Baby, just forget my name. Won't be your one and only, but just cause we're lonely don't mean that we should. We should be drinking alone. Cause drowning the pain is better with somebody else who got problems. We ain't gonna solve them, but misery loves company. Tonight all I need is a stranger lips with a whiskey chaser and a corner booth kiss to make me forget that he's gone. Oh, we should be drinking alone together. We should be drinking alone. I'll pretend that I can, baby, pull up a chair. We'll stay here till they make us go home. Oh, we should be drinking alone together. We should be drinking alone together. Cause drowning the pain is better with somebody else who got problems. We ain't gonna solve them, but misery loves company. Tonight all I need is a stranger lips with a whiskey chaser and a corner booth kiss to make me forget that he's gone. Oh, we should be drinking alone together. We should be drinking alone. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Great stuff. Kylie Trout covered a little Carrie Underwood here on Country Moose Quarantunes. And Kylie, it's been a lot of fun to have you on tonight, and I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to join us here on a Wednesday. Yeah. Before we have you play one more song, I think we'll wrap it up. But maybe tell us a fun fact about you that maybe not a lot of people know about.
Oh man. Well, I think I'm kind of boring, but
Let's say I'm saving the hard question for last. Right?
I know, right? The hardest questions are always about myself. I would say, fun fact about me. Wow. I can't do a cartwheel.
Okay.
I can't do a cartwheel. That's not that fun, but
I can't either, so I'm right there with you. But it's mainly just because I'm uncoordinated. So
yeah, me too. I can't skateboard. I can't ice skate. I can't do any of that. So
well, you can sing and play a guitar, so that's a plus. That's a good thing.
Something.
Awesome. Well, Kylie, her new single is "You and I." You can find it everywhere music's streamed. Find it on our website, KylieTrout.com. It's at Country Radio right now, and we heard that a little earlier. Do you have one more song you want to do for us tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I can do another of my original songs. This one you can find everywhere as well. It is called "Simple Days."
All right. Here's Kylie Trout.
working all day in the blinding sun. And when you get back home, don't forget those errands you gotta run. You head to school, gotta pass that test. You better know what you're doing with your future now, 'cause there ain't no time for rest. And nowadays the world's a scary place, got so much to worry about. Can't trust no one, the simple life's gone, and you wonder where it went. When we knew our neighbors by name, kids playing outside was safe. When lockdown was just a drill, and it never crossed our minds that it'd be for real. The Pledge of Allegiance was the first thing you'd say. What happened to that good old American way, where dreams were made on front porch swings? Take me back to the simple days. And now everyone's stuck in a makeshift world where it doesn't even matter who you are, if your likes and comments ain't up to par. And people focus on the smallest things, so we got a old man dying overseas. We're taking for granted what we have. Oh Lord, take me back to when we knew our neighbors by name. Kids playing outside was safe. When lockdown was just a drill, and it never crossed our minds that it'd be for real. The Pledge of Allegiance was the first thing you'd say. What happened to that good old American way, where dreams were made on front porch swings? Lord, take me back to the simple days. Yeah. Oh, take me back, take me back, take me back to when we knew our neighbors by name, face to face, not over a screen. When kids playing outside was safe, and when we didn't worry about a thing. And when we knew our neighbors by name, kids playing outside was safe. When the lockdown was just a drill, and it never crossed our minds that it'd be for real. The Pledge of Allegiance was the first thing you'd say. What happened to that good old American way, where dreams were made on front porch swings? Take me back to the simple days. To the simple days.
Awesome. Kylie Trout, our guest tonight here on Country Moose Quarantunes. And again, Kylie, where can people find your music? I know Carol asked if you have any physical CDs out, and I know, of course, you got digital copies, but maybe you could talk about again where you could find all your music, find you online, socials, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so all my socials are all at the Kylie Trout. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. My website at kylietrout.com. YouTube, same thing. Yeah, and physical CDs, I'm working on that.
All right. So we'll stay tuned for that. But you can find stuff digitally wherever music's streamed and sold as well. So, Kylie, I appreciate you joining us here tonight on Country Moose Quarantunes. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you so much for having me again. I appreciate you.
Awesome. Kylie Trout, our guest tonight. Give her a virtual round of applause, everybody. And definitely thank her for being on with us here tonight on the Country Moose Facebook page, YouTube channel at 939ki.com. Everyone, have a great night.